is an area of First World War history that tends to be overlooked, specifically in the UK. We could not have prosecuted the war in the way that we did without the contribution of the British Indian Army. As I said earlier on, the collection of the British Indian Army that's held within the National Army Museum is actually one of our key collections. It's one of the founding collections that helped to get this museum going when it was first formed. And looking at that contribution is incredibly important. During the commemorative period for the First World War, 1914 to 1918, we ran projects that specifically looked at the contribution of Indian soldiers in the British Indian Army, because it is an area of First World War history that tends to be overlooked, specifically in the UK. When we think about the First World War in the UK, we tend to think about English, Scottish soldiers in the trenches of the Western Front. That's the overwhelming images in most people's heads, and that tends to overlook the contribution of other theatres and of other soldiers that come to fight in those theatres. And of course, the contribution of the British Indian Army in 1914 is key. We could not have prosecuted the war in the way that we did without the contribution of the British Indian Army in 1914. So that is why this institution tends to look very closely at British Indian contributions, and that's why we're on these kind of temporary exhibitions.